Exercising consistently is good for our physical health, but can working up a sweat also nurture our mental well-being too? Stanford University professor, physician, author, and mindfulness expert Dr. Greg Hammer joins us to share his take on how exercise can make us happier. Welcome, Dr. Hammer.
Well, thank you very much for having me,
Yeah,
Desiree. It's great to be with you.
we're happy to have you on. And Dr. Hammer, could you tell us what burnout is and how it affects us?
Burnout is a condition of mental and physical exhaustion, which is caused by chronic stress. And certainly, all of us have been experiencing an increase in stress related to the pandemic and world events. And burnout really calls for us to identify what we can do to increase our resilience and reduce our stress for many reasons, both emotional and physical.
And how does physical exercise improve our emotional health?
I think that the three most important domains for our physical well-being are sleep, exercise, and nutrition, and they're all important and interrelated. If we don't sleep well, then we're too tired to exercise. Our nutrition tends to go downhill. We tend to reach for sugary or fatty so-called comfort foods. And so if we do exercise, we tend to sleep better, and then everything gets put back on a positive course. So exercise is essential for us, just as important as sleep and our diet. And the short-term benefits of exercise, as many of us have experienced, include an increase in our endorphin levels, a reduction in our stress, and I think importantly, an increase in our self-esteem. And the better we feel about ourselves, the more likely we are to really focus on our physical and mental well-being.
I agree with you on exercise definitely being a stress reliever. And what are the long-term benefits of using exercise for relaxation?
Great question. I think, excuse me, first of all, the long-term benefits of exercise include improved cardiovascular health, improved immunity, a better hormonal balance. I think particularly for women as they age, exercise resistance training in particular is very important for bone density, to stave off osteoporosis. And another long-term benefit of sleep actually is staving off dementia. It's been shown through well-conducted scientific studies that physical exercise, as well as mental exercises, reduce the incidence of dementia. So the long-term benefits of exercise are legion. And again, I think the mutual effects, beneficial effects on our sleep and our diet are important as well.
So, Dr. Hammer, how can we insert mindfulness into our exercise routine?
Well, I think when we exercise and we're doing something good for our bodies, we tend to be more positive in our general outlook and our own sense of self-worth. So I think exercising by improving our mind state gives us really the incentive to do more that's good for us. And mindfulness, as you suggested, is really a way of bringing ourselves to the present moment. And that's where happiness lives. So I think if we sleep well, we focus on our sleep hygiene,
Yeah.
focus on our diet, maybe moving toward a more plant-based diet, and we have a regular exercise regimen, I think we're more well equipped to be able to focus on the present moment, be more mindful, and be happier, because happiness really lives in the present moment.
Well, that's good to know. Dr. Hammer, thank you so much for these helpful tips. And for more from Dr. Hammer, including ordering his book, Gained Without Pain, visit greghammermd.com.